People who somehow survived freak accidents. And I already get the jokes, haha, somebody's gonna say me. I survived a freak accident because when I was 1 year old, you know what I'm saying, my mom accidentally left me in the laundry machine with the laundry load and ended up hitting my head or whatever and causing a dent in the back. I get it, y'all are gonna joke about it, haha, it's not funny, alright? Just wanna let y'all know. So, but yeah. I don't know. Let's go ahead and watch this video.
These are some people that somehow survived insane freak accidents.
Come on.
Starting with Julianne Kopke, someone who could be described.
See, that's a weird name. I don't know why. I feel like somebody like that would just have a life story like that, like surviving some weird. Cope. Your name was Cope or something. Like, kind of makes sense. Tommy and FG. Does that sound like the name to have like a freak accident or something, or just like be a freak? I don't know. I mean, I'm already a freak, so it's kind of like couldn't have a freak accident as a freak if you're already a freak. You got me?
As not the luckiest person on earth, but at the same time, pretty insanely lucky. You'll see what I mean. When Julianne Kopke boarded the plane with her family and a few other passengers, at first the flight was going pretty well, until she was hit by a thunderstorm that shredded her plane to pieces.
Damn.
But I mean, before that, it was going well. Julianne's seat was ripped from the plane.
Nah, a whole plane ripping is crazy, bro. The company gotta be sued, because how is that even possible? Rip it in half? Like, you rip like a napkin in half or something? It's them Boeing planes, I'm telling y'all. And guess what? It's nothing you could really do. It's nothing you could do. Boeing, for real, the brand, bro. What other brand is there that people know that, like, make planes? Like, for cars, bro, there's so many different brands. You got goddamn Honda, Audi, bro, Hyundai, whatever, all these different brands. Why do planes only have, like, one?
Julianne got the lucky opportunity
Did they make a giant
diving without a
airplane?
parachute. I'm almost jealous. Almost. And guess what? She somehow survived the fall, which probably happened because her seat acted as sort of a parachute when hitting the tree branches at the bottom. So
That's
luckily
so crazy.
she only broke like one or
Wait. Talk to me. Walk with me with this idea. All right. Walk with me with this idea before it gets trademarked. And if it gets trademarked, I promise you, I'm suing the because I just made it up. Why not for every plane put a parachute? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I not the next Elon Musk? For every what's it called, seat, and even on top of the planes too. And even on top of the planes, but every seat, you tell me they can't do that, like a little parachute or whatever, that could like go down and save people? How would that not be possible? Because they already put breathing masks, right? Too expensive? What you mean too expensive, bro? It's people's lives. If anything, it would be more expensive for the companies. Hold up, walk with me. It'd be more expensive for the companies if a plane crash happens and somebody survives. Even if they don't survive, they get sued by the family and lose like 100 mil. Really think of that. It's gotta be huge. Y'all don't understand the vision. That's why I'm a patent it, and y'all are about to look dumb as hell in the future. Watch. Any plane crash, there will never be a problem with planes. Watch. Prevention is cheaper. I mean, a little parachute is not going to be nothing, bro. An automatic parachute, you press it on the side of the seat. Like you're pressing like a recliner. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're pressing a recliner for a seat. Press a little button, and then boom.
2 bones, and had some small scratches on her arms and legs. Yeah, it pays to invest in a seatbelt. Even though she survived the fall, she was very...
What the f*** would a seatbelt do? The whole plane went down. Seatbelt? Damn, this dude's just taking a piss out of it.
Very much traumatized by the experience. Oh, and stuck in the jungle with nothing but a bag of candy and her own will to survive.
Oh, no.
But since she most likely wasn't planning on dying in the jungle, she walked for 11 days until she found a bunch of vloggers who thought they could probably get some views by filming the crash site. And just like that, she was safe. Turns out Julianne was pretty lucky since she only got some minor...
Nah, imagine the dude was live streaming or something like that and was like, no way, y'all. We just found this bitch that fell from a plane or something. Can you imagine that? Logan Paul. That is not Logan Paul. This is not Logan Paul. Now, that would be crazy viral, though. If you were streaming, that would be crazy viral. That would be an amazing clip for him.
Injuries from the accident. But people like Michael Cassidy cannot say the same. Also, wait, if you made it to this point in the video, please subscribe. Michael got to experience one of the most insane motorcycle crashes in all of human history. Not to spoil it, but remember the time you fell off your bike as a child?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Motorcycles, I don't know if it's just me. They be scaring me, bro. They be scaring me, like, because you gotta think of it. You gotta think of it, like, you have any accident, you know, in a car, you got airbags and shit. What the f*** you have in a motorcycle? They give you like a little tiny airbag in the front. If not, you're flying off. You're flying off, bro. You need like a good strap, I feel like, on the motorcycle. But you can't even stay strapped to the motorcycle because they'd rather you fly off and hit something, because if you stay on the motorcycle strapped, then you're just gonna like scrape your skin or whatever. So I don't know if I can see myself getting a motorcycle. It just seems like too scary, bro.
Well, multiply that by like 3.
Jump off before you crash? Yeah, because you have the time.
Yep. That's how bad it was.
Damn.
So Michael was just riding his motorcycle around the city like normal when he randomly lost control over his back wheel. That's when he knew he was going to crash. I was in the US recently and couldn't being turned into a human pancake by the incoming
What was that?
trucks. He looked around for some grass to crash into. And lucky for him, he was able to spot some.
No,
But
not the truck.
Unfortunately for him,
You got
that's
hit with the
also where
anime
his
truck.
luck ends.
That's anime
'Cause
truck
what Michael
timing.
didn't see was the fire hydrant that was hiding just behind a car that he passed. So when he crashed into it, he was just freaking chucked into the air.
Nah.
And when he dropped back down, he landed on the same fire hydrant. That's just mildly unfortunate. Now, here's where things get interesting, because when he woke up shortly after the crash, he was lying face down, but his legs were facing straight up. Turns out that the hydrant split his pelvis in two, which in most cases will just
you know what would be worse? Imagine like 5 cars just pass by, like it's like in a scene in a cartoon or something where the person's just getting unfortunate accidents. He gets ran over 5 times on his legs or something. Like a kid, you saw the kid in the back with the soccer ball or whatever before. Kid comes and accidentally kicks him in the head. That's the type of luck I would have.
absolutely kill you. The fact that he survived is a miracle. The doctors were able to fully fix him up, and just after a single month, he was able to walk again.
What?
W. Next up,
Then a
in
piano
2008,
falls?
a woman named Stacy Perez was just driving down the road in Texas, and things were going well for her. Apart from the semi-truck that absolutely
Texas, of
demolished
course.
her car when it ran a red light.
I don't know
She
why I
did
said
turn out
Texas, of course, but
surprisingly
like that
well,
just seems like some
had some
Texas
small
thing.
scratches and some dizziness. But things got a tad scarier when she turned around to check on her 9-year-old son, Jordan. What she saw was her son's head dangling above his shoulders. It was like all the bones in his neck were completely gone. Turns out her son had been internally decapitated. Internal decapitation isn't like when your head gets chopped off with an axe. In this case, your skull gets separated from your spine. So obviously, getting your head snapped off like it's some kind of
Could you imagine like the only way you're ever to look like your whole life? You literally just can't move from this position. Nah. Ain't no way you survived.
spaghetti noodle is very deadly, and only 0.1% of people that experience this actually survive it. Most of them end up paralyzed. The doctor that treated him said that this was the first patient with this condition that actually survived. And not only did he survive, he actually somehow fully recovered.
What?
After tons of surgeries and medications, he started getting better
See,
quickly.
that's the thing about like modern medicine. How do they know how to do stuff like this? Like, how do they know? They probably slowly have to heal the neck from going like this to this. Imagine how many bones is in the back of your, like the neck that's connected. Had to make sure they didn't disconnect. That's scary.
Than anyone expected.
Trial and error.
Even being able to walk again. Doctors called him a 1 in a billion case. With that kind of luck, he should really go to the casino. Although, now that I think about it, I probably shouldn't encourage that. Anyway, next up, we got Phineas Gage. Wounds to the head can be very dangerous. Even the smallest scratch to the brain can leave you looking like Stephen Hawking. Or just dead. And that's exactly what made
Let's
Phineas
just go to show, wear a helmet no matter what. Even when riding a normal bike, to be honest. Most of the time you should be wearing a helmet, but I'm not gonna lie, you do kind of look bitch made if you are riding a bike normally around the park with a helmet. But I mean, you know, at the end of the day, at least you wouldn't end up goddamn paralyzed or something.
Gage is such a rare case, since this man had a metal rod go straight through his skull.
Oh, I think we've seen this case. Like,
Just a regular guy working for the local railroad company.
yeah, we
His
did.
job was to place and detonate explosives to make room for new railroads.
That's so crazy.
And it was all going well until one day in 1848. Because when he placed the explosives, he grabbed a tool called a tamping iron, which is just a long, pokey stick. While he was poking the ground around him to toughen it up, he hit a rock, which caused a spark to ignite the TNT that he had just placed.
They were I'm sorry, they were dumb as shit back then. No safety rules and nothing. They didn't think hitting metal against a rock next to a bomb is gonna go off. I swear, even nowadays, people will do some dumb shit like this. I wouldn't even be surprised. People always do. There's people that literally will light up trying to smoke at a gas station. Somebody's filling up their car, the whole thing's done for.
Then the shock from the TNT made the metal rod shoot backwards straight into Phineas' skull, like a Call of Duty kill cam. It entered right below his chin and shot up straight
so
to
crazy.
the top of his skull, ending up more than 80 feet behind him, covered in blood and bits of his brain. What's crazy about this is that Phineas didn't drop dead on the spot. He barely even became unconscious. But when he woke up, he started throwing up with an insane amount of force, which caused bits of his brain to fall out. After that, his friends collected his bits of brain, and they took him to a local...
What the f*** is an old western? They had some Wild West doctor. Yeah, he was cooked, bro. Some Wild West doctor? Man, what did he do, bro? What the f*** could have the doctor possibly done? Oh yeah, here, go ahead and take some tea or something like that. It'll help ease the pain.
Local doctor, who was somehow able to patch up this newly made tunnel between his chin and the top of his head. But something about the accident changed Phineas entirely. Getting shot through the head turned this man into your average Call of Duty player, because he almost immediately started calling people slurs. I'm not even joking.
I would be mad too.
That's what made doctors believe that parts of her brain have different functions. Turns out his frontal lobe had been damaged, which changed his personality a ton. He was never the same after the metal rod went straight through his skull. What a surprise.
Damn, I wonder if there's a way where you could just like turn off your emotions or turn... Yo, I swear in the future, bro, they better make some shit like that. Like, I want to be able to, you know what I'm saying, not feel any fear and some shit, not feel any anxiety or anything. That would be a superpower for real. That would be a superpower.
This next dude is probably the luckiest person to ever live. Or unluckiest, depending on how you look at it.
Okay,
Roy Sullivan worked as a park ranger in Virginia from the 1930s to the 1980s. But in April 1942, while he was hiding from a storm in a fire tower, lightning struck the tower several times because it just had no lightning rod. The strike caught on fire, which made Roy leave the tower as fast as he could. But the lightning was just waiting to spawn camp him, because he was struck by lightning right after leaving the tower. So 9 out of 10 people in the US can survive being...
I mean, lightning scars look cool sometimes. It depends, though. It depends, man. Can the lightning scar hit me on, like, my arm and I get, like, a cool arm sleeve or whatever? Look, listen, lightning, if you're gonna hit me right here. Hit me right here or hit me right here. And give me, like, a cool-ass tattoo. Don't hit me, like, in my brain or, like, on my back or something like that, you know? God must have hated his ass. No, I swear, bro. That's... You were not a liked individual up there. You were definitely not liked.
Struck by lightning. But that's only if you're struck by lightning once.
I'll manage.
It can't happen much more than once, right? Well, as it turns out, it can. In 1969, Roy was just driving his truck when he was again struck by lightning.
Through the window's crazy.
Him unconscious and set his head on fire. And the worst part is that the truck just didn't stop, and it brought him closer to a giant cliff. I'm assuming he didn't go off.
Damn, nigga. He got a Looney Tunes type death. Holy shit. Just a cartoon death. Just things bombarding him, bro. What are you gonna tell me next, bro? He went off the cliff. He flew out the window. And then like a giant ass bird just picked him up. Carried him half across like 50 miles away. Then dropped him in a pool of acid. Then a bunch of vultures came after and ate his body. Like, what is going on, bro? What you like, goddamn. There's no way bro was alive after this.
Off the cliff though, because he lived. The year after that, Roy was struck again while in the woods.
Oh
and 2 years after that, he was hit.
You would think he would learn, like, not to work in the woods. Or what does he work as? You would think he would learn to not work in the woods. But, you know, he enjoys it, I guess.
Again, all those lightning strikes sparked Roy to be pretty paranoid of his luck. And he was right to think so.
I would be paranoid, too.
He started taking a bucket of water with him, like a Minecraft player, just in case his head would catch on fire again. And as it turns out, that wasn't totally for nothing. Because while he was peacefully fishing on a lake, he was struck by lightning again, and you guessed it, his hair caught on fire. In total, Roy was struck by lightning 7 times, including a time when the strike left him paralyzed for a bit in the forest, right as a bear approached him.
I'm sorry, I gotta laugh at your ass, bro. Like, it's not even like, bro, I'm sorry, bro, but like, there is no way this is really your luck. God hates him so much, bro. Like, how much could you be hated by God, bro? I mean, to be fair, he's giving you signs, bro. He is giving you signs. This should be the second time should have been the sign where it's like, all right, I'm not gonna work in a forest anymore or any area with trees.
It must have been scary.
Y'all don't ever like say you're unlucky for something that happened when this is somebody's life.
Because he couldn't do anything, but luckily for him, the bear just left after stealing all of his fish.
Oh, okay.
It's a complete miracle how he never got any serious injuries from the times he was struck, because a woman who was hit only 3 times got some serious side effects like chronic pain, PTSD, damage to the brain, and a giant list of others. The odds of getting struck by lightning 7 times are kind of high. To be specific, they're 4.15 in 100 nonillion. That's 1 with 31 zeros.
Holy
The cool thing
shit.
is that he now holds the title for the most times struck by lightning, and I hope for his sake that no one's going to beat that.
Nah, that's plot armor. That's
My
aura,
guy
I'm not
had
gonna lie.
serious beef for that lightning, and it managed to find him every time. the craziest ones on the list, and it'll definitely leave you feeling a little uneasy. On April 26, 2003, a man called Aaron Ralston was going on a solo hike in the Blue John Canyon in Utah. And at first, things were going really well for Aaron. But while going through a narrow canyon, a large boulder fell down and trapped his right hand against the canyon wall. He was now totally stuck.
Oh, isn't this that one movie? I swear I watched it, or was like, what was it? There was a one movie where like his leg was stuck or his arm was stuck. Who knows what I'm talking about? I forgot what it's called.
He had no way of getting any help from anyone. He was stuck there for days, recording video messages for his family.
Yeah, he recorded, yeah. 300 hours, I think. It was something like that. I remember
eating the little food that he had left. At one point, he ran out of water and started drinking his own, yeah.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
After 5 full days and being very close to dying from dehydration, Aaron decided that he wanted to get out of there. He started cutting his own arm using a dull multi-tool. It took him hours, and the pain was so severe that he almost fainted several times while doing it. Because you have to remember that during a normal amputation, people are more drugged up than your average Hollywood actor, so they don't feel anything. Aaron had none of that, or any tools that were good for the job. After he cut all this...
Probably had a small little, like, pocket knife or something you bring for, like, animals that try to attack him. Ooh, and slowly doing that. Imagine how the bone felt when he had to cut the... He had to cut the bone, bro. Raw bone. He's just... Ugh.
Skin. He was, kind of disappointed when he realized that his rusty knife couldn't cut through the bone. I mean, at that point, you might as well just start chewing. But here's where things get really
creepy. I would have chewed.
He broke his own bones to escape. Oh my god. Jesus, he broke his own bones.
Did he ever get his arm back?
And, yep, he was finally free, but he still had to escape from there. And he did that by chucking himself down a 65-foot cliff and hiking 7 miles to find other hikers. When he was found, they rescued him using a helicopter, and he was finally taken care of. He went through a decent amount of trauma. Good for him, though. He lived. All right, next up.
Yeah, honestly, bro, I probably wouldn't want to live after that. At least he lived, bro. Hey, you know what? It could be worse. You could have been the dude that got, like, the entire rod through your head. I mean, that's definitely the worst one.
Got probably the most hardcore x-ray in history. On August 15th, 2003, a construction worker called Roy Hunt was just working on a project like he normally did. He was instructed to drill a simple hole in the wood above his head, while standing on a tall ladder. He didn't think much of it, since he'd done it so many times, but this time would leave him traumatized and permanently disabled. While he was drilling, he pushed a little too hard in the drill, which caused the ladder below him to fall backwards. Ron was trained.
I know how this goes.
In this scenario. He got into position and rolled away like a ninja while dodging the drill. Nah, I'm just kidding. He fell on his head and the drill shot straight through his skull. When he fell, the 16-inch drill went to escape. Fell on his head and the drill shot straight through his skull. When he fell...
I'm not gonna lie. Hard-ass album cover. No, hard-ass album cover. If I was him, though, if I'm him dead-ass, I'm putting that up as, like, a poster. Like a giant poster around where I live. Because there's no way I'm not... like, I'm superior to you. If this happened to me, bro, I would be like, I'm superior to every single human being, basically. That's exactly how I would feel like surviving this.
Well, the 16-inch drill went directly through his eyes and out the back of his skull. But by some insane miracle, the drill only gently pushed his brains to the side, which spared him from brain damage.
So crazy.
Doctors were planning on cutting the drill where they could, but they gave up on that and just decided to unscrew it directly from his brain. It took Ron a little under a month to recover from the accident, and he somehow fully recovered. Like, what? This man had a drill go straight through his brain. I need to search up this dude after this.
Hold up, I need to see this. What was his name? Ron Hunt. That was a good video. Oh my god, it looks worse. No, it looks worse in picture. The drill? Brother. That went through his head? I hope he worked. I hope he didn't work like some construction job after this. He probably went right back to it, now that I really think of it. Anyways, yeah, so be careful out there. And yeah, if you're watching this on the tube, make sure to join the Discord and watch the streams.
Subscribe to Tommy NFG.